So welcome one and all to a picturesque evening here, a clear night, all the ingredients for a showcase game that the passionate crowd demands. So this beautiful arena in the outskirts of Munich, the epitome of aesthetic perfection and cutting edge, pretty much what the near-capacity crowd are entitled to demand. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Vinicius Junior. Can he spark a counter here? Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now it's Brahim Diaz. Madrid finding their passes. So Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick, they're accurate, and a source of many a good counter-attack.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Bellingham. Shot, great hit! And it's a goal!
Well, once more, it's him, and we can't be surprised because his instinct for doing this is incredible.
Terrific goal, what a super sharp finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. Bellingham was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Vinicius Junior. Now it's Brahim Diaz. Brahim Diaz looking to penetrate opposition lines. Now who's going to be first to this? Vinicius Junior. Is there any shot at goal? Played out to the left flank.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Vinicius Junior going full tilt down the left.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Valverde. Here's Chouameni. Vinicius Junior. Mbappe. Alaba did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. He might be in here! Now it's Brahim Diaz. Now can he find a finish? Backward it goes. Nice control. And the finish! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Mbappe does really well to win the ball there. That's tidy. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
Too much elaboration and not enough penetration, no damage likely.
And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Half an hour played now, and that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Mbappe looks to get on the end of this. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Well, he was clearly disappointed with that pass.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Valverde is sporting a guilty look after that.
Yeah, the idea was right. The delivery wasn't. They can revisit that further on.
Camavinga. Bellingham given the lift of his goal. Bellingham showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. He is through, and the shot! Rudiger gets good distance on it. And that's an errant pass. The ball is loose, and the chase is on.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Well, that's beautifully weighted. And he's away. He's won. Great chance! And yes, it's there! Two to the good. They have breathing space. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Madrid are now luxuriating in a two-goal lead.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
And he was quick to react. Engages and forces him off the ball. Can he finish? Mbappe is flagged offside. Still no way through. The defending here is resolute. That's a sharp pass.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Camavinga.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That is good alertness. And the first 45 minutes are up. So your views on the first half?
Well, it's looking pretty straightforward, Peter. They've got themselves into a very good position, so why dither from here when they can repeat their first half success with another show of strength?
So that was the first half. We believe the boys can turn it around. Of course they will.
Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting back into the game, they can't afford to slip up and concede another. The next goal becomes crucial.
Carvajal. And here's Vinicius Junior. Chouameni. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Mbappe. That is a brilliant interception. Oh, this looks sharp. Madrid trying to orchestrate a breakaway here by the looks of it.
Well, I would say that this is probably the easiest way to play the game, because you try and absorb in numbers defensively, and then you look to hit it with a long ball quickly on the counter-attack to get your men in behind the opposition defence.
Just looking for that one telling pass. Look at the space here. Played out to the right. Well, we've seen that early. Used a certain sixth sense. Good challenge. Excellent challenge.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
Vinicius Junior. There he goes, motoring forward. And that's a good ball. Can he finish? That was superb goalkeeping.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Substitution on the field. Number
Madrid
8.
with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually.
Number 4, David Alaba. Coming on the field, number 6.
Defending of the desperate variety.
Number 23.
Madrid have the chance to go the other way.
Substitutions taking place. The attendance for this match
Defending was strong and firm. Now it's Mbappe. Now the finish!
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Mbappe. Madrid still have the cards to affect this game. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there.
That's alert and sharp and very well played.
And here's Mbappe. And it's Modric. And he welcomes it in. And here's Mbappe. Bellingham. Oh, there's a probing ball. Carvajal. That is a great pick out. He's got away, and he's onside. And he's there to get it away. And they're back on the ball again. And here's Rodrigo. Valverde. And Rodrigo. Mbappe. Eder Militao kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Oh, that's well spotted. He won't be happy with that one. Rodrigo is wide and looking to get onto this. Carvajal. Just about up to 75 minutes. Endrick. Valverde. And it's Alaba. Alaba is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Vinicius Junior is in a really good... Oh, here's a chance! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
Another example of how comfortable this team is on the break.
Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Alaba. For Valverde. Mbappe. And here's Mbappe. He's got to be in here! There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Mendy.
Well, this does not look promising, Peter. The least they can do is to give the crowd something to cheer about, but that might be difficult from here.
Oh, super find. Rudiger simply refused to be outdone there.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Nice sequence of passes, this.
Rodrigo, well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
And no surprise, that's a booking. Eder Militao. Camavinga. And Carvajal. Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior unable to make it happen for all his good intentions.
Added time.
Valverde. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, Peter, I